Salutations to those who are young and young at heart. Oremi, Madamfo, Enyim, Salam alaikum, Hola, buena gente, Bonjour, la gente, Linja, Dumelang, Murigaboto, Muliwanji, Murigaboto, Makadin, Karibu, Mwakaitawani, Munotambere. Welcome to Blackview SDA online platform. This is a place where your soul will find rest. Did you know every Wednesday and Friday at 6:15 p.m. we have consistent midweek prayers? Not only that, during the day from Monday to Friday, if you need a soulful song, please tune into our platform and indeed you'll find rest for your soul. On Sabbath, which is Saturday, we have services from 8:30 right up to 6 p.m. What do you expect to find? We have got the church at study, Sabbath school, music. It's story time. Even our little ones, the children, will find solace on Blackview online worship platforms. Yes, not only are they going to receive a powerful sermon for them, but including the songs, and they'll sing the songs of Zion in the comfort of your home. Yes, you are waiting for the power hour as we receive the beautiful words, the wonderful words that come from the Word of God. In the afternoon, we have got powerful discussions, not only for the young, but even for the old, as we prepare this journey on this planet Earth before the sundown. Yes, there is a sermon that will usher you into the new week as you listen to God speak to you. What are you waiting for? Tell your friends about it. Don't forget to join us on YouTube and Facebook. Like our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. God bless you as we meet on Blackview online worship platform.
Nobody can stop me. Don't you wanna go? I'm going there. Nobody can stop me. I'm going.
Welcome to Awakening Africa, a show that discusses religion, it discusses business, why Africa has waited this long to develop. We also discuss education. What is wrong with this education? Now, today I'm hosting Dr. J Mushalika, a friend of mine who has been around in the circles of education for a long time. And we're looking at these things and trying to discuss them so that we may be able to understand. If you've been following, we've discussed how education came to our continent and how it was brought, what was the intention, and all these aspects that we have. Joseph, welcome.
Thank you so much, Doctor. How have you been?
I've been well. How was your week?
Week has been good.
Great.
Trying to make sense of this state of confusion.
Great, great.
Yeah.
Now, we've had missionaries come. We've had, people come with intentions like we have been discussing. And they found us living our own lives, okay? Trading in the way that we trade. Educating our children the way we did it. Now, let's be biased on the discussion of trading. We were buying things using barter system, and they brought in money. What is this money, and how has it impacted in the degeneracy of us growing as families in Africa?
Well, brilliant question. I know someone out there would be saying, who does this money hate money? And I know you do. You love money.
I love money.
That's what you do. Yeah, I know you love money. Now, our discussion has focused on how do we awaken Africa from this state of seemingly being the backward continent, the tail of society. And over our discussions, we have looked at the impact of a school system that removed Africa from skills and took them to memory for the benefit of employment. Okay? And how this enslaving has continued to keep Africa underdeveloped. We also looked at religion, and our focus was on Christianity, where we said that the rebranded Christianity, where people began to be more heavenly minded, ignoring the responsibility on earth, has contributed to this challenge. Now, in our previous discussion, we centered on solution, and we talked about Africa must go the entrepreneurship way, because this is God's way.
Yeah.
And you remember, in our definition of an entrepreneur, the last word was everything the entrepreneur does is for the sake of profit.
Yeah.
And profit in the current generation is measured in money terms. Now, there's nothing wrong with money, but perhaps let me talk about something to do with money. It is the most misunderstood subject. It is not talked about in the home,
Okay.
except when people are discussing problems of school fees and running out of food or vehicles broken down. Money seems to be a sacred subject. In church, money is talked about perhaps when we are building. Money is talked about when we want it as tithe and offering. But we never sit down to discuss how to acquire money. And in fact, many times you see people insulting money. Reading verses wrongly and quoting them in a wrong context, where we tend to think money is evil and not the love of money. We actually accuse money. Money is a very innocent thing. It has no brain. It does not think. It has no eyes. It's just a commodity. Okay? So to talk about money, what exactly is this thing called money? And I want to start off from what does the Bible say about money? You're going to find very interesting things in the Bible, Ecclesiastes, we have Solomon, the wisest man. He has made statements regarding money. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12, what does he say? Wisdom is a defense.
Yeah.
Just as money is a defense. So wisdom is a defense, money is a defense. I'm a soccer lover. If you want your team to win, you must not concede goals. And the only way to avoid conceding goals is to have a good defense. So I know the work of defense. Okay? I'm a farmer. I grow plants. And to protect my plants from being eaten by animals and from intruders I fence. The fence is a defense. When you get into your house, you have your grill door, you have your door, you have your lock, you have your dogs. All these things are acting as defense. So when you talk about defense, you are simply saying something that helps you avoid being harmed.
Okay.
So wisdom protects you.
Okay.
And then Solomon says money also protects you. Money is a protector. You know, I know people who are in jail now with almost no offense, but they have nothing to defend them.
Yeah.
I know people who are walking free in society when they shouldn't be free. Money has defended them. Okay, so money is a defense. The next thing Solomon says is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 19. A feast is made for laughter. Wine maketh merry, but money answers all things. Now, money answers all things. Meaning what? The absence of money entails that you have no answer to world challenges.
Yeah.
Okay? The divorces, if you were to dig deep, there is no divorce that has happened if it is not around money issues.
Is it?
School dropouts, very intelligent people who have not completed school, money. People die before their time, money.
Yeah.
Okay? Any beautiful building you have seen, any beautiful place worth talking about, money. Answers all things. And then the Lord says something about money. He says, silver and gold are mine. Silver and gold are mine. And then Jesus gives money a description. You cannot serve two masters at a time. You cannot serve money and God. Meaning what? You serve God, but money is your servant.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's nothing wrong with money. Money is meant to be your servant. But here is the challenge. How is money made? And I'll go back to where you started from. In those many years ago, when populations were small and commerce was small, people exchanged things according to need. So I have millet, you have fish. I need fish, you need millet. So we sit and negotiate. How much millet for how many brims? You know, and we move on. You have a goat, I have an axe. Okay, so how many axes will amount to a goat? And we swap. It was called the barter system.
Yeah.
Okay, but as population was getting higher and as commerce was getting bigger, barter became unsustainable.
Okay.
Because I mean, think about it, walking all the way from some village with a number of oxen to go and exchange them with iron sheets. that would be impractical, you know. So an idea was born, and that idea was to create something that would facilitate exchange of real things. Find something that would facilitate exchange of real things. So the main issue here is real things.
Okay.
Okay? So you don't stand up to look for money. You are starting in a wrong place.
Okay.
Okay? Today we have people who complain, our church is not complete. My children have not gone to school. You know, I've been looking for money. You don't look for money.
So what do you do?
Because money is an idea.
Ah, okay.
An idea that facilitates exchange of real things. And you can tell that money is an idea by the definition of money. Money is a medium of exchange. Money is a medium. Now the word medium means it's a go-between. It's not a real thing. It is an idea. Okay? So if you are broke, Dr. Chelo, it is not that there's no money in the world. It means you are broke in ideas.
Ah.
Okay? So I can also say you don't think. Okay? Don't think. Because money is an idea. It is an idea. It is an idea. But because it is an idea, it means it can only be born from ideas. And Africa's greatest challenge is that there's very little time spent on discussing ideas. Africans are extremely social. They are not economical.
Is it?
Okay? So Africa doesn't spend time in the idea world. Africa spends time in the celebration and mourning world, depending on circumstances. Okay? If you go to our schools today, our school system does not promote thinking. It promotes remembering things. It promotes, it promotes these things that have no impact in the money world. Okay? So money is a medium of exchange, meaning what? Money facilitates exchange of real things. I'm repeating that because what will make money come to you is the presence of a real thing of value. The presence of a real thing of value. In other words, if you have nothing, you are not entitled to money.
Okay.
Okay? And so this is why money does not fall in the spiritual aspect. You don't pray for money.
Okay.
You don't. There's a lot of this spiritual insanity in church where you kneel down to pray for money. No. Okay? You don't pray for money. Money comes to you in exchange for something. It doesn't come in exchange for prayer. Remember, God is above money.
Yeah.
Okay? God is way above money. All right? So money is a facilitator. The next characteristic you need to know about money is that by make, money is not meant to stay in one place for too long.
Okay.
And that is why money has interesting terminologies.
Yeah.
Liquidity. So money is a liquid.
Okay.
Currency. It's a commodity on the move.
A current.
It's a currency. It is a commodity on the move. It is not meant to be in one pocket. If I gave you 5,000 in the pocket now, your plans for the day will change. All of a sudden, you have a reason to go to Harare.
And you're wishing you had gone back.
If I loaded your phone with money, talk time, all of a sudden you remember so many people to talk
call,
to.
yeah.
Because money must go.
Yeah.
It's a commodity on the move. Okay? So, the big question, how then is money made?
Okay.
How then is money made? Now, understand this. When we were talking entrepreneurship, we said an entrepreneur is a person who organizes and manages a business undertaking, assuming the risks for the sake of profit. So, the realm of making money is activity of value.
Okay.
That statement, activity of
Value.
value. Activity of value. So if you're on Facebook, I'm also on Facebook. You are using Facebook to check who has done what, who is the richest, who is what. That's not an activity of value.
Okay.
If I'm on Facebook and I'm advertising my book, I'm advertising a new salon, we are both on Facebook.
But using it.
Money will flow to one and not to the other. You are actually spending money on Facebook. I am gaining money on Facebook. Okay? So you're on WhatsApp group to discuss why Liverpool won last night. And I'm on WhatsApp to discuss when I'm holding the next function and how much people should pay. We are both on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
But one is WhatsApp of value. The other one is WhatsApp of loss. Okay? So money will only flow in the direction of value.
Okay.
Money will flow in the direction of value. So your primary responsibility is to develop an idea which you must convert into a project.
Okay.
You must develop an idea which you must convert into a project. And that project must produce a service or a product of value. Then you are entitled to money.
Ah, okay.
So why does Africa have no money?
Yeah.
It is because the majority of Africans don't develop ideas. Maybe they think about ideas, but these ideas never become projects. Okay? If you want to understand the detail of this thing, look at what you associate the economically affluent with. The moment you hear a name, you associate it with a project.
Yeah.
Okay? So the moment I mention Dangote,
Yeah.
cement comes to your mind.
Yeah.
The moment I mention Messi, football comes to your mind. The moment I mention Trump, real estate comes to your mind. The moment I mention another person who is doing something,
Yeah.
that thing which they do. So if your name is mentioned and people associate it with nothing, you are not entitled to money. Okay, you are only physically relevant to your relatives. Economically, you are not available.
They're not available.
Okay, and so you become irrelevant.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So here is the key thing, that we need to think about. First of all, the Bible does not condemn money. Secondly, money is not a real thing. It is an idea. Thirdly, money is a commodity in transit. It does not stay in one place for too long. Okay. And I would like to discuss here now that, look, so but where do I start from? How do I begin to make this money? The beautiful thing with this world is that it is awash with knowledge.
Wow.
It is awash. There are people who have written about these things. Today, all we need is translation, application, contextualization, and we can be what we want to be if only we apply knowledge that makes sense.
I like how you're putting this money concept into perspective. It's quite involving and yet very simple.
Yeah.
But I don't know why we have a challenge. I think keep watching as we go for a break. We'll be back shortly. We'll be talking issues pertaining to life itself in Africa. We'll be talking about education. We'll be talking about religion. We'll be talking about business. Even just why has Africa taken time to develop?
They brought a school system which did not promote thinking but promoted remembering for the sake of creating good employees who don't think but can remember. A school system where you learnt useless Homo habilis, who was Shaka's man. What is the longest river in Africa? Tell me, what is the use of that rubbish? So you went into school and you were studying how many times Muslims pray per day. You wake up at night to study how many times Muslims. So you memorize photosynthesis. You memorize how many teeth a dog has. You memorize everything. And at the end of the day, what did they produce? They produced someone who was a container of useless knowledge.
Now, it sounds like we have now broken through. We haven't. Africa has remained a continent without an identity. It is a continent without an identity. And the first thing you need to develop is to understand who you are. Okay?
Welcome back to Awakening Africa. I'm your host, Chelo Gigi, and I'm with Dr. Joseph Mushalika. Now, Doc, before the break, you were describing to us what money is all about, what it can do, and that it is an idea and it's just a medium of exchange. But people start from home on a journey to go and look for money. You said it's a wrong way of approaching life. Now, I want you've talked so much about personal, money acquirement, but I want you to go to the nations of Africa. Nations of Africa have value because they've got oil in their bowels. They've got gold, they've got diamonds, they've got copper, they've got everything that God has put in the land. But why are they not, acquiring this money? And why are they dependent on donor funds from people who have collected resources from Africa to their land? Because remember, don't forget the focus. The focus is why Europe came to Africa and destabilized Africa.
Well, I mean, the reason I focus on individuals is that we are a collection.
Okay.
So if at household level, you don't understand these things. You are the same person who elect as member of parliament. You are the same person who become president. You have just changed the title, but your thinking is still basic.
Okay.
Okay. So because of that, we need strong households. We need strong individuals. But the question of Africa has a lot of value. Yes, it has. But money does not come to raw things.
Is it?
This is why the term value addition is critical. So the one who adds value is the one who makes the money. The one who gets something in its raw form has not added value and does not deserve money. I mean, think about a farmer. You grow your maize, load it in some sack, take it to a miller. Who decides the price? It's the miller.
Yeah.
The miller will tell you. The miller takes your maize, puts it in a hammer mill. It becomes mealie meal and puts a label on it and writes the number of kgs in this sack. Who decides the price? It's the miller. So the one who adds value is entitled to money.
Not the one who produces.
No, because that is survival mentality. It's like grass. It's grass. It's not you who made it. Okay. So the one who adds value makes the money. But I wanted to say, look, one of the questions we receive as we travel around, and you know it, whether we're in Malawi, we're in Zimbabwe, we're in Zambia, we are wherever we are, the question we normally get is, we have ideas, but where do we start from? Okay? Now, there is a principle you need to learn. You can treat money as seed. You can also treat it as food.
Okay.
You can treat your money as seed. You can also treat your money as food. Now, depending on how you treat your money, that will pronounce your end economically. Okay? Depending on how you treat your money. You know, you listen to King Solomon in Ecclesiastes 11. What does he say? Cast your bread on the waters. You will find it after many days. He's talking about money here. Okay? Throw your bread on the water, you will find it after many days. So what lesson do we learn from here? Every human being has evidence that some money passes in their hands.
Yeah.
You bought that jacket. You bought these shoes. You went for a haircut. I'm sure you paid.
Yeah.
I see people knocking off from work, carrying plastic bags with bread, with peanut butter. It's evidence that they have money.
Yeah.
Okay, I see people renting houses for many years. It's evidence that money passes in their hands. But the secret is, if you want to be financially free, what do you do with the money that passes in your hands? And so in this segment of our talk, I want to present the 6 timeless principles.
Okay.
The 6 timeless principles of acquiring and managing money and growing money.
Okay.
You can read these principles, they are all over. But I'm going to explain them in much simpler terminologies.
Yeah.
Principle number 1 about money is that pay yourself.
Okay.
Pay yourself a part of all you earn.
Okay.
Now, someone out there might be saying, look, what do you mean pay yourself?
Because
when
that's
I
my
get
money.
my salary, that is
my
my money.
money.
Who
Yeah.
taught you? When you get your salary, you buy meal, you buy relish, you pay rent, you pay for transport, you buy fuel. Did you know that that money is not yours?
Okay.
You are actually paying the farmer by buying meal. You are paying the miller, you are paying the transporter, you are paying the retailer. You are paying the landlord for building the house.
Okay.
Okay? So all this money that you pay out for the things that you need, you have actually been working for others.
I see.
So the question you should ask yourself is, am I working for everyone except myself?
Myself.
Okay. Am I working for everyone except myself? So the starting point of economic freedom is to learn to pay yourself. How does that happen? I know people will say, how do I pay myself when even what I get is not enough? Look, if you were to ask a donkey to carry things it needs on the journey. It would carry grass and water. But you know why a donkey carries other things? It is because it is not in charge of its life.
Okay.
Now, you are a human being. Start to think. Eliminate those things that you will not die if you eliminate it. You know, I see people struggling and they are still paying DSTV full bouquet. Economically limping.
Yeah.
And they are still paying DSTV just to appear like
They're
they have
doing
symptoms of living well. You know? So pay yourself. Here's a scenario. If you are a seller of eggs and you say, I'm going to pay myself 10%, there are 30 eggs in a tray, remove 3, go and sell 27.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, remove 3. Where you are 0 in the beginning, you already have 6.
Yeah.
And you are going to get used to living on 27 eggs. Because a human being can either go up or come down and get used. There's what we call a financial thermostat. You know, it's a financial thermostat. You know the work of a thermostat.
Yes.
When the temperature has gone to that level, it switches off, it cuts. You watch civil servants. The moment salaries are increased, they also increase their appetite.
Okay.
Okay, so they buy more bread, they buy more peanuts, they get a new car. The whole purpose of doing that is to come back to the income they are used to. Okay, it is called a financial thermostat.
Okay.
Okay, so pay yourself a part of all you earn.
Yeah.
Now remember, 10 days of paying yourself 3 eggs will produce a full tray on the 11th day.
Yeah.
So without borrowing, without going to get from anywhere else, you have filled another tray.
Right.
Rule number 2 in money management: control your expenditure.
Okay.
Control your expenditure. Increase your financial accountability. Anyone literate knows how to count money. But counting money doesn't mean you know how to account for money.
Okay.
So you can count money, but you are not accountable for money. So you need to learn to control your expenditure. You know, money is like water. You sink a borehole, there's plenty down there.
Yeah.
Put a pump there. The work of the pump is to get your share. You put a pipe to the tank. It will pump water to the tank. The tank is your reserve. The pipe which goes in the house ends up with taps. What are the taps? Controlling flow.
Yeah.
If you are going to leave water to run freely, your pump will never stop pumping, your bills will go up, and you have damages every time. Now, people are economically damaged because at the end of their financial stream, they have no tap.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't control your expenditure. You let your money flow as if it is coming from someone who has no brain.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, 2 things have happened. You are paying yourself and you are controlling expenditure. It means your money is increasing.
Yeah.
Now, we said money does not stay in one place for too long. So your money will start complaining. We want to go. We have overstayed here.
Yeah.
Money speaks. So what do you do when money begins to complain? You go to step number 3. Make wise investments.
Okay.
Make wise. And the key word there is investments. This money that has been coming to you must be planted in fertile ground, which is called an investment. The moment money is planted, what is its function? It must begin to produce its kind in larger quantities. Okay. It must begin to produce its kind in larger quantities. When you say Africa is receiving investors, they only change infrastructure. They don't change the economy. Why? Because the money must go back to where the investor comes from.
Wow.
So if Africa is to change, it needs local investors. It needs people, when the money has germinated and has grown, it must be reinvested in the same country. You can receive numerous investors. You are like a market where people gather to sell, and when knocking off, they go away with the money.
Aye.
So that needs to change.
Aye, wena.
Point number 4. So you have made your wise investment. The first thing you need to do is make your home a profitable investment.
Okay.
Your home must be a profitable investment. We have a challenge in Africa. We believe everything must be done by remote control. So you live in Woodlands, your farm is in another place. You have a shop in another town, and your home in another town. Now, let's learn from the Asian community. How do Asians live?
Yeah.
Where the business is, that is where the home is. Learn from the white farmers. Where the farm is,
That's right.
that is where he lives.
Yeah.
Why? Because your business needs monitoring. Your business needs presence. But we are talking about your home here.
Yeah.
Your home must not serve accommodation purposes only. It must also serve as a school of industry for your children. And it must also provide income for the needs in that home.
Okay.
So, when you are choosing a place where to settle, don't go and squeeze yourself in a 15 by 15 with all this land that we have.
Well, when you stretch your leg, you're in the middle.
I mean, you can't live in a place where not even 2 heads of cabbage can grow. A normal home must provide their own poultry products, chickens and eggs, their own vegetables, their own fruits. They must provide these things. Now, this couch of walking into supermarkets and you are loading baskets with the pumpkin leaves and you think you have arrived in the city.
Chihuahua.
All over you find people buying beans. Who told you beans grows in the market? These things grow on land.
Okay.
If you are to change your economic position, you must reduce the things you buy. And how do you reduce the things you buy? You must produce them. And where do you produce them? At your home.
Okay.
You must produce these things at your home. Your home must not be a graveyard for the living. You see, death and resurrection doesn't need rehearsals. You know,
Meaning what now?
you shouldn't have a home where the only things you do is sleep and wake up.
Okay. You're practicing.
You're practicing death and resurrection, you know. In the evening you die, in the morning you resurrect. Africa must change that attitude. Where when you are on leave or it is a weekend, you have a sleeping competition. You can't live like that and claim to be normal.
Okay.
You can't live like that and claim to be normal. Okay? So you need space and make your home a profitable investment.
Okay.
The next thing you need to do, if you are to harness money, is you must increase your ability to earn.
Okay.
Increase your ability to earn. What do I mean by that? You see, money is a liquid. If you are going to have one stream of income, you are economically in trouble.
Okay.
Because one drought in the economy,
Yeah.
your stream will dry up. And that is why if you are a worker, you are a nurse, you are a teacher, you are a secretary, whatever you are, you must start thinking of another source of income. This idea of being one paycheck from being poor is not right.
Yeah.
You know, you need to think about what other source of income. Why doesn't the Zambezi River become dry? Why doesn't the Indian Ocean become dry? It's because it has tributaries.
Yeah.
So, as Africans, we need to awaken and start thinking, economically, how many tributaries do I have? You know, when COVID came, we were all in trouble. All of us. But we had many sources of income, but we also had tributaries. And the tributaries included book sales. I have a chicken. I have a goat. I have grown my own maize. I have some chihuahua here.
Yeah.
And slowly, we maintained the same lifestyle. While the nation is complaining about the economy at personal level, you can still survive by having tributaries. The sixth point.
Yeah, the last one. Yeah.
If you are to be economically safe, you must ensure a future income. You know the way life is? When you are young and energetic, you can run around. You can run here and there, cross border, and do all sorts of things. But as you grow older, your energy dwindles. Your energy begins to go down. Now, as your energy goes down, the appetite for good things increases. So you now want better food. Even in October, you need 2 blankets. You wake up with a backache for no reason. Your health bills begin to increase. Now, if you are not financially secure, old age and poverty are not good friends.
Okay.
You start looking like a witch. Very innocent.
You're just passing it.
But you are in trouble and you look like there's a disaster in you. So the message for the young people,
Yeah.
old people don't just become old. Each day you live, you are growing old.
Yeah.
You know, we have this challenge in Africa where people are futuristic. In
I will
future,
do this,
I'll do
yeah.
this. In future, I'll do this.
Do it now.
In future. And meanwhile, they are 20, they are 25, they are 30, they are still talking about the future.
Yeah.
They're talking about the future. Then all of a sudden, they are 60.
Wow.
And then they begin that life of regret. If I was younger, I would have done this. If I was younger, I would have done this. So the message to the young people is that now that you have the energy, ball up punch, focus, start thinking.
Okay.
You know, and I mean, what's the use of building a house at 60?
Yeah, it's a death house.
It's a funeral house.
Yeah.
You know, how long are you going to live there to enjoy it? Okay, so do these things. Enjoy your life in the days of your youth. That enjoying doesn't mean be in discos, be at every stadium. It means enjoy the trappings of your hard work.
Thank you so much, Joseph. I would want to go on and on and on because I know you are a mouthful. But we thank you for coming to our episode today. We will continue. Please don't miss next episode. It will be fantastic. It will be something that you want to listen to and you want to learn. I was your host, Chelo Gigi, on Awakening Africa. Thank you for watching and see you next time.
You are bruised, you are hurt, all your dreams are shattered down. Hope is gone, your future is bleak. You have no one to lean on. Well now, oh yes, but there is one who loves and cares for you. Someone who is always there. His blood is there to make you whole and set you free.
He will mend your broken pieces. He will make you whole again. Yes, He is the one who will turn your sorrows into joy.
Alright.
He will mend your broken pieces. He will make you whole again. Yes, He is the one who will turn your sorrows into joy.
Jesus is there and He wants to be your friend. You can turn all your wishes to reality. Trust in Him, your breakthrough is at the door. Oh, yes. If He turned water into wine and made a highway in the sea, I know He will do something for you. Above all, He will restore you. Only He
will mend your broken
mend your
pieces.
broken
He will make you
pieces.
whole
He will
again.
make you
Yes,
whole
He is the one
again.
who will
He's the
turn
one
your
who will turn your
sorrows
sorrows
into
into
joy.
joy. Only
He will mend your broken
mend your
pieces. He will
broken
make you
pieces.
whole
He will
again.
make you
Yes,
whole
He is the one
again.
who will turn your sorrows into joy.
Jesus,
He will mend your broken spirit. He will give you a reason to live. He will wipe all
away your tears
and give you life anew.
Give you life anew.
He will mend your broken will make you whole again. Yes, He is the one who will turn your sorrows into joy.
Tell them He's the one.
He's the one.
The Alpha,
He's the one.
the Omega,
He's the one.
the beginning.
Yes, He is the
He will
one.
surely be the
Yes,
end.
He is the one
He's
who will
the
turn
one
your
who will turn your
sorrows
sorrow
into joy.
Sing that one more time.
He's the
He
one.
will turn the sorrow into song.
He's the one.
Your pain into praise.
He's the one.
He is the one.
Yes, He is the
He will
one.
surely be the one.
Yes, He is the one who will turn your
He will turn your
sorrows
sorrows
into joy.
into joy.
I'm on my way to Canada.
Salutations to those who are young and young at heart. Oremi, Madamfo, Enyi, Salam alaikum, Hola, buena gente, Bonjour, la gente, Linja, Dumelang, Murigaboto, Muliwanji, Murigaboto, Makadin, Karibu, Mwakaitawani, Munotambere. Welcome to Blackview SDA online platform. This is a place where your soul will find rest. Did you know every Wednesday and Friday at 6:15 p.m. we have consistent midweek prayers? Not only that, during the day from Monday to Friday, if you need a soulful song, please tune into our platform and indeed you'll find rest for your soul. On Sabbath, which is Saturday, we have services from 8:30 right up to 6 p.m. What do you expect to find? We have got the church at study, Sabbath school, music, it's story time. Even our little ones, the children, will find solace on Blackview online worship platforms. Yes, not only are they going to receive a powerful sermon for them, but including the songs, and they'll sing the songs of Zion in the comfort of your home. Yes, you are waiting for the power hour as we receive the beautiful words, the wonderful words that come from the Word of God. In the afternoon, we have got powerful discussions, not only for the young, but even for the old, as we prepare this journey on this planet Earth before the sundown. Yes, there is a sermon that will usher you into the new week as you listen to God speak to you. What are you waiting for? Tell your friends about it. Don't forget to join us on YouTube and Facebook. Like our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. God bless you as we meet on Blackview online worship platform.
Nobody